Hey everyone, Nancy here from New Travel Escapes. Now, I don't know about you, but when we're scouting out for our next all-inclusive getaway, the food situation can make or break the deal. Who wants to spend their hard-earned vacation money on mediocre meals, right? In today's video, we're diving into everything you need to know about the restaurants and bars at Ventus El Cid Spa and Beach Resort. So grab a snack and let's see if this place is worth the splurge. First up is a little geography lesson. The El Cid Spa and Beach Resort Complex is a trio of resorts: Hotel Marina El Cid, Ventus El Cid, and Ventus Ha El Cid. Between the three, we've racked up 6 visits over the years, and let me tell you, it's consistently been a good experience. One of the best perks, when you book at any of these resorts, you get access to all of the restaurants. That's right, you're not confined to eating only where you sleep. Although, full disclosure, La Marina does feel like it's a mile away, so we tend to hitch a ride on the golf cart when dining there. But for the rest, it's a really easy stroll. Here's a quick rundown of the restaurants and where you'll find them on the property. Ventus is home to 2 restaurants, a coffee shop, and 3 bars. Enough to keep you well fed and well hydrated. Now, let's take a closer look at what Ventus has to offer in the restaurant department. Let's kick things off with Ile de France, where you can start your day with a solid breakfast buffet from 7 to 11:30 a.m. We're talking eggs cooked to order, a pastry bar. You might want to skip the eggs when you see the size of the pastry bar, and plenty of options to fuel your day. They take a little siesta at lunch, but don't worry, they're back at it by 5:30 p.m. for an a la carte dinner. Now, if you're expecting a slice of Paris in every bite, well, let me manage your expectations right now. Ile de France is French-inspired, not straight-up French, but hey, the flavors and presentation are nice, so we're not really complaining. The portions are on the smaller side, which is perfect for indulging in a 3 or 4 course meal, and they start off your meal with bread service. Then you move into the menu to choose your courses. Now, my top picks here were the confit duck and the salmon. And while the beef tenderloin was okay, it didn't quite meet my butcher's daughter standards. So if you're a beef connoisseur, consider this a heads up to you. Mexican beef at an all-inclusive resort is not the same grade that you might be used to if you enjoyed Texan or Alberta beef. Just saying. Now the crème brûlée for dessert, that's kind of a redemption story. When we dined at this restaurant a few years ago, the crème brûlée was basically sweetened scrambled eggs and kind of a disaster. But I'm happy to report that on this trip, it had transformed into a near-perfect dessert. Kudos to the chef for turning that ship around. The dress code for dinner here is casual elegant, which means long pants and formal sandals for the gents and something a bit nicer for the ladies. It also stipulates that Ile de France is for ages 12 and up, but we dined here twice, and there were kids definitely under 12, and we also saw more casual clothing than we expected to see. So I think the dress code and age limits are more of a suggestion rather than being strictly enforced. Or at least that's what we saw during our trip. Now, a pro tip here, if you want a leisurely dinner, you'll need to pump the brakes yourself. Otherwise, the service here is on the faster side. Dinner typically wraps up in about an hour. I try to eat more slowly, so I don't order my main course until I'm finished with my appetizer. But if you prefer to dine quickly and get on to more activities or get the kiddos to bed, then no worries here. Next up is Mercado de Dolores, a food court on steroids with 8 distinct booths serving up everything from Italian to Asian cuisine. I'm going to show you a walkthrough of the stations and show you some of the food so that you can see what's on offer. There's even more variety than you might expect. Here's the lineup. Pizzeria Il Peccato is pizza and Italian fare plus some standard kid pleasers like fries and chicken fingers. And yes, there is an entire wheel of Parmesan. My kids were in awe. Sea Place, seafood focused, often paired with pasta or steamed veggies. Maze is Mexican favorites, and this lineup was pretty long daily, where you can customize your tacos with all the fixings. The tacos al pastor were a huge hit. Wok is for stir fries, spring rolls, and noodles, or when you're craving a taste of Asia. Fresco has healthy salads, a ceviche bar, and now even poke bowls for when you want to eat a little bit lighter. La Crêpe or La Crêpe, made to order crepes with plenty of options to satisfy your sweet tooth. I'm partial to the strawberry and Nutella combo, but they do have savory options as well. And Tayana is shawarma because why not? Mercado de Dolores is open daily from noon until 5 p.m. and it's a casual, no reservations needed kind of place. Check in with the hostess when you walk in, they'll find you a table. You still have table service at Mercado de Dolores for your beverages, but you can choose whatever else you want to eat and go help yourself. The dress code is basically make sure your swimsuit's dry and you've got a cover up and something on your feet. Then you're good to go. A word of warning to anyone with food allergies. We have a member of our crew with a serious allergy to kiwi. Although the restaurants do ask when you check in about any food allergies or dietary restrictions, it doesn't seem like it goes very much further than just a note. It's up to you to monitor what you're eating. The person on our team with the kiwi allergy said to tell you that she had to be diligent with her food choices at Mercado de Dolores. So I wanted to pass that on. Before we jump to the bars portion of the video, I want to give a word of warning to my vegetarian friends. With the exception of Kobo at Ventus, the vegetarian menu at every restaurant is exactly the same. And in my opinion, this is where El Cid Resorts needs to improve. We did not see enough vegetarian options to make the vegetarian in our crew very happy. It seemed boring and kind of an afterthought. So hopefully they'll improve it in the future, but at the time of this video, it's pretty boring. Now on to the bevies. For those of you who need your caffeine fix, Aromas has got you covered. It's part coffee bar, part dessert haven with pastries, gelato, and more sweet treats than you can shake a stick at. Need a quick lunch? Aroma's got some grab-and-go sandwiches so you can get right back to the fun. Although Aromas is listed under the Mercado de Dolores on the resort website, it is open earlier and closes later than the posted hours. The hours fluctuated a bit when we were there, but we often grabbed a tea and a gelato before heading to bed after the evening shows, so we found it open late enough. Let's not forget about room service, which in my opinion is essential when you've got tired kiddos who crash while you're busy getting ready for dinner. I'll put the most recent menu that I have from Ventus Hot. Now they're all pretty much the same, so this gives you an idea of what your options are. Ventus has 3 bars. Apnea Bar, located just off of the lobby. It's adults only and turns into a bit of a nightclub after 10 p.m. Expect live music, dancing, and maybe even a game or two on the big screens. It's open daily from 9 a.m. to 1 a.m., so making it the perfect escape if you need a break from the little ones. Zanzibar. This is the heart of the action, located between the adults-only pool and the main pool area. It's a busy spot, serving up mid-range alcohols and some pretty creative cocktails. Macondo Bar is situated by the family infinity pool overlooking the Caribbean Sea. This bar offers stunning ocean views, but I have a word of warning for you over here. There's no railing on the deck that overlooks the beach. It's just a straight drop down, so if you have little ones and you're hanging out over in this area, then you really need to know in advance there's no railing. Just please walk over and have a look for yourself before you set the kids free. The views are definitely gorgeous and totally unobstructed. The bar is close at hand and I love this area, but scope it out first and decide for yourself if you need to be concerned about this no railing situation. Ventus also has a little extra for Platinum Club members. There's a small club lounge right beside the Macondo Bar. It's not the main event, but if you need to check an email or grab a top shelf drink without trekking back to the lobby, it's a handy little spot to know about. One last note about dining at El Cid. They're serious about keeping the food indoors. You'll find very few places to eat outside, and while it might seem restrictive, it does keep the wildlife from crashing your meal. Now, my dad can attest firsthand that if you've ever had a seagull steal the hot dog right out of your hand, you'll appreciate this policy. Overall, we were pleased with the food and drink offerings at Ventus. Ile de France remains a fan favorite. Mercado de Dolores has something for everyone, and we made use of aromas every morning and sometimes again in the evening. Remember, you can dine at any restaurant in the complex, and your concierge or butler can help with reservations. If plans change, just talk to any concierge and they'll sort it out. You do not need to book through the concierge in your home resort. They can all access the reservation system for you, so go wherever's most convenient. We're creating separate restaurant review videos along with their QR codes for each of the resorts in the El Cid complex, so if you're planning a trip, be sure to check those out. Combining everything into one video would just make it way too long. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you have found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone planning their next all-inclusive vacation. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time with more new travel escapes. Bye, everybody.